Hey, pips be upon you. Hey, I hope you had a great weekend, traders. I really do. Hoping that you're looking at this week with enthusiasm and energy, all right, and optimism. Now, I want you to be careful. I want you to start making sure that you check the news, the red news, all right, the high impact news before you start your sessions so that you don't get caught out there in the trade, all right? Now, if you're doing swing trading, you're going to be fine because usually uh, the high impact news is like a blip on uh, a larger, higher time frame chart. You understand? But if you're in anything below 1 hour charts and you're trading off those charts, the high impact news can turn your trade around on you. So you got to be careful. So we're going to do daily checks of that. Okay. And this is the last week of the month. And you want to be careful during the last week of the month because institutions are taking profits. All right. And they're balancing the books, and whatever they didn't get during the first 3 weeks, they're going to get this week, before Friday, liquidation Friday. Okay. So just be careful. Be careful with your trading because it'll be funky as banks try and get their books right. All right. Now let's start off with the Dixie. All right. All right. We're looking at the weekly. All right. You could see price had this massive sell-off, and then we hit the bottom, right? And then we hit the bottom again. A double bottom. Wow. All right. We made a W, right? Got a little W pattern going here, and we're coming back up to test this neckline. All right. That's interesting. Now, what I also find interesting is you see this area here. This created a weekly zone of supply. All right. There's a lot of sell orders here. How do I know? Because price dropped from here the last time it was here. It just dropped. All right. And as all order blocks are always retested, and in true fashion, true form, it was retested and created another zone of supply. All right. How do I know? Price just dropped and we made that double bottom. All right. And we are back to test this zone of supply. What do we expect to happen here? Do we expect this double bottom just to keep going on up? Or do we expect respect being paid to this weekly zone of supply? Let's take a closer look on the daily. All right. I have the weekly boxed in, the big weekly block, uh, order block, and I also have the retest of this order block here, which formed its own supply zone. All right, and here we come. Now, look at the nature of this retest. All right, we had this impulse, and then this complex correction here, an ascending complex correction. All right, that's kind of interesting because what these kind of formations, what I expect is price to do this, that, boom. I do not expect this to appear in my way, but that one did. All right, so this is what I expect with it. This is what I expect. Now, uh, uh, this thing could break either way, and you can see prices directly in the middle of it. So it's best not to anticipate where the breakout is going to be. Yeah, I expect price to come down, but maybe after touching the 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 upper part of this channel, the upper part of this well, it's an ascending channel, but uh it's a complex correction, and I price may want to touch the top and then break down to the bottom. All right, but then have the sell off. All right, very well could go up. We could very well break this 4 hour order block. I mean, this weekly order block, and continue up. Yeah, but you got to look for evidence of that. You got to look for indications. And I want you to take a deeper look. Let's go to the 4 hour and look inside this thing, right? And I'll give you what you might want to look for. Okay, all right. On this time frame, on the 4 hour, we're looking for higher highs, higher lows, and stuff, right? All right, but we need to remember that going to be looking at the higher highs and higher lows on the higher time frames. Okay. Now, what do we have here? All right, we have an impulse. We have this correction, and we're looking for the next impulse. Let's bear that in mind also. This was the low here. We didn't go past that low, did we? That makes this a what? A higher low. Okay. What is this? All right. If we made a lower low, then what is this? This is the lower low. This is the higher, the lower high. All right. That's what makes this a lower high relative to that one. All right. So we got a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low. All right. Is this a lower high or a higher low? We don't know yet. All right. Until it breaks that, and I mean a close above this this high here, and this is right around what is it, 93.50, right around 93.50. Once we get a break of that, that's when we can say, hey, it's price is probably heading higher, and my bias will turn to bullish. But as it stands, all right, the lower high hasn't been broken yet, so we are still bearish. We are still in a bearish market. All right, we're going to see what this becomes. Okay, and we'll see if we get a turn, a reversal up here. All right, so right now I'm bearish. All right, and what I can expect from the open is probably more bullish action to the top of the channel here, and then price rolling all over. All right, that's what I'll be looking for, a roll over. All right, and I'll be looking for that evidence of that when you know, on the 4 hour. Okay, we're looking for price to roll over. So maybe it comes up here. All right. Oops, I'm sorry. Maybe it comes up here. Bop, bop. Right. Then breaks that low and starts making its way down. That's what I'm looking for. Now, if it doesn't happen, it starts doing this number. Oh, not that number at all. Not even close to doing that number. Okay. I'm gonna get it together. All right. Maybe it does this. Boom, boom, boom. Once we get a break above and a retest, we're turning bullish, and that's that. All right. Now let's go to the Forex pairs. All right. Let me go to the daily. Hello, hello, hello. What is this? Okay. All right. What do we got here? All right. You see how price has been high, high, low, all the way up. Lovely trend, and then it broke structure. It broke that higher low, and it became bearish. You understand? Once it comes back to retest that zone and continues down and breaks that low, then we have a high, lower low, lower to that, lower relative to that, lower high relative to that, lower low. All right, you need 2 lower lows and 2 lower highs in order to have a downtrend, and that's what happened. We'll come back up to retest this area, and I am still looking for some more downward action. All right, because we are on the daily. We formed this daily zone of supply. Price is coming back in here to test that zone of supply, and we can already see the reaction there. And let me go to the 4 hour, and you see price kind of rounding off here. All right, now my bias changes. My bias changes once we pass that high there. All right, and that high is at 110, 700. All right, once we break above 110, 100, and we start doing that number, then you know but we're going high. But this is a USD led pair. All right, and again, I'm bullish with the with USD. at, as it stands right now until I see a break of structure on the Dixie. Then I'll change my bias. But right now, um, with USD, I'm still with USD JPY. I'm looking at structure. All right, and you would say, hey, if we break below here, you know, price is probably going to continue lower. Well, we did break below that, right? And then it did this. This was the last lower high. This was the last whole high that made this one. We broke above that. All right. And we are retesting this zone right now. So this is where I'm looking. All right. I'm looking for USJPY to gain strength and continue up only because we broke structure here. Okay. And that's the way I got to trade. That's the way I got to trade. Now, again, we are up in this zone here. All right. But understand, we've knocked on that door of this zone a few times. All right. And we are up in the guts of it right now. So unless I see a break of structure, which I can't speak, which would mean a break of this low here. All right. And then this number. That's when I would start. I would change my bias on USD, yen, and I would be looking for shorts on the retest of this zone. You understand? I hope I made myself clear because I started off in a different direction. I know I did, but I'm just looking at this the first time because I'm late to my charts, and as I'm reading it, I'm like, yeah, we're going the other way. You know, we broke structure. We broke structure on the way up. And that's the way you gotta go. That's the way you gotta read it. That's it. Okay. Let's go to pound USD. Pound USD. What is my bias on pound USD? Well, I remember being bearish on this, and we're gonna look at the daily. It's a funky pair. You see how choppy it is? All right. It's a funky pair. And I'm going to keep my eye on it. I'm not too keen on the way it's been moving the last couple of weeks, but you can see that price is in a definite downtrend. Why does that look like that? All right, you can see prices in a definite downtrend, right? Boo the clown can see that now. We also can see that price has made a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. All right, we've broken structure along the way, right? And broke those lows. It's a good indication that price will continue lower. All right, and this is a USD pair, so we're expecting the USD strength to drag it down. Okay, now, interestingly enough, let me see, where's my, hold on. All right, this is the new candle forming right here. I expect price to probably, bump up a little bit and then come back down. All right, continue down. I think that market makers love to misdirect on Sunday, Monday. So I would be very careful of that. Now, you see how when we broke this structure here on the 4 hour, all right, remember this, keep in mind, I need you to keep in mind the higher time frame structure, okay? We're looking at this is the lowest low, all right? This is a lower low, okay? With a two, we got a pullback and then a higher low here relative to that one, and then this, all right? Look like we made a higher high here, right? But not really, we didn't close above that. We only stabbed above it, but we established this pullback and then came back down lower. All right. Just don't be thrown off by it. This is the major structural point, the low. All right. This was the one, this lower low was made by this lower high. Okay. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay, keep that in mind. Now, when we go down to the 4-hour, that means when we see lower high, lower low on here, no, we got to keep in mind what was the higher time frame low. Here, we broke that low with this impulse, right? We came back up. When you break these low, when you break a low, you're always looking for the retest. And I look in this impulse to see what here can turn, what level gives an indication that it can reverse price. All right. And I don't see any until we get up here, because that is a 4-hour zone of supply. All right. You see these lows, you see these lows. All right. These are structural points that price could definitely bump into and find you know, a reason to come back down. But price only reverses at an order block, whether it's bullish or bearish. All right. The only order block here was you have a bearish, bullish, bearish continuation pattern here. All right. And it rose above that one. So, and we created a bullish order block here. Okay. And we are coming back testing that order block. If this order block is respected, I'm expecting price to push. I'm expecting price to push up here and then do its thing and continue down. Because remember, this is the lower high on the higher time frame. All right. So if we push back up into here, no problem. That makes the lower high. And then what are we expecting after a lower high? A new lower low. I hope you can follow the logic that I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down, because I'm really trying here. All right. So I'm bearish on the GU, but I'm wary of what the institutions, where institutions might push price, and they might look for a premium on their prices. Push the price high, sell off here. Boom. Understand? But if it continues down from here, that's no problem. We can do that. But let price show you. All right. Let it violate this order block it's making here. Let it violate this order block. You know, make sure you know that you're certain on the direction of price. If it breaks this high, then what are we talking about after that? What are we talking about after that? All right. We can still be making a lower high, but where we just broke a short-term high. All right. When you break short-term highs, like 2 of them in a row, maybe this one, maybe we don't get up here. But when you get 2 of these, when you get 2 of those broken, price is giving you a hint that, hey, the bias is probably about to change. Okay. We've already had a very nice pullback here. All right. We've already gone past the 50% mark. This is where we're in the area where you would start to look for shorts. This is where I would have been looking for a short, but because this is Sunday, Monday, you know, we can expect price to be manipulative and then drop. So we just got to be careful. You know, it might go all the way up here. All right. You just got to be careful. Okay. Let price show you where it's going. Okay. I'm not going to do GJ. I'm going to do EU. Let's go to EU. EU is interesting. I remember EU because what we have here is we have this descending wedge here, right? After a bearish impulse, right? And the thing, we're looking on the daily. The thing about it is we are going into a 4-hour order block here, a 4-hour bullish order block. That is a zone of demand. All right. Now, and we're on the daily. Okay. this is a daily, and you can see, let me draw it out. You can see there is a, why did I go all the way over there? And let me make this very, why does that look like that? Let me make it very plain. What we have here is a daily order block. We have a zone of demand here, and price is going directly into it. So I am expecting price to pump. I am very much expecting price to pump here. Here's the deal, though. This is a USD pair, all right? And I already told you that I'm bearish. Excuse me, I'm bullish on the US dollar, but it might start out the week bearish. That would give euro a lift. Let's whittle this down. It can be a little confusing, and trust me, if it's confusing for you, it's confusing for me too. All right. Now I want to take a closer look at this chart pattern. Okay. Very similar, just the opposite view of the Dixie, right? Was it the Dixie that I had that design on? Yeah. Yeah. We had this going upwards. All right. We're expecting price to hit the top of that and then maybe come down. All right. We're looking for a little bullishness followed by a little bearishness, right? In euro, we're doing exactly the opposite. Impulse down, had this complex correction into a daily zone of demand, and I'm expecting price to quite possibly look how price is finding exhaustion here. Very interesting. Price is giving these wicks of rejection, looking like it's finding some exhaustion. Maybe price comes down. It's bullish at the moment, but maybe price comes down. This is these two wicks here are eye-catching. All right, and price comes back down because it's forming a what is this, a 4-hour order block here. All right, and with every order block, I said every order block, price will, form these bullish engulfers, come back and test the order block, and then shoot up. So that's what I'm looking for here. I'm wondering if price will break this order block and continue down, and maybe I can't get rid of that thing, and maybe hit the bottom of that of this descending channel, this descending wedge, and then find its way up. We are testing a 4-hour demand zone, and this is also embedded in a daily demand zone, so it's pretty strong. All right, I want to see what price does. It's kind of in the middle, just like the Dixie. So we want to see which way it goes. Right now, it seems to be the 4-hour candle is opening up bullish, all right, and it's creating an engulfer. All right, don't know if it's going to close this way. We'll see. But you see these long wicks here? Some people call these the tweezer bottom. All right, but usually tweezer bottoms are seen when they're seen at very key levels. The kind of well-tested key levels of support and resistance. That's when we can kind of rely on them to predict, give us an indication where the price will go. This indicates price should be going up, right? But we got to make sure we see what price is going to do, and we can see that on the 4-hour and lower levels. You can see the behavior of price. So we want to see how these candles form. If price comes down, touch off at the bottom of the channel, and then go up. All right. All we're trying to do here is establish bias so we can know which way we might want to take our trades. Let's check Aussie USD. Aussie USD, drying out, drying out. Throat is drying out, doggone it. All right. On the daily, you can see we've made our way down, just like the others, right? We've made our way down with lower lows, lower highs, all the way down here, right? Good. We got a clear bias. That's what I like about Aussie USD. Okay, I'm bearish on this pair. All right, what am I looking for now? Well, after this impulse, you know you're looking for a pullback. It's always time for a pullback, right? All right, and what you want to see is a pullback over the 50% mark. Well, we're right at the 50% mark. We're rejected from there, but that doesn't mean we're going to continue down. We're looking for this area if we want to take shorts. And I always look here in the leg that came down. Once we break a low or have an impulse, I always look to see where here will I find the order block that turns price back down to continue on with the trend. And the only one I can see is up here, which is a daily order block marked here, right? Let's go to the 4 hour. Order blocks are always retested, right? Right. So as it's making this and getting people enticed to take shorts from this area, I can picture price taking its way back up, and then becoming bearish. All right, probably for a day or two, and then turning bearish. All right, remember the higher time frame, higher high, lower low, lower high. All right, as long as we don't break this top, as long as we don't break that top, as long as we didn't break this top here at 0.75, 0.12, right? Then we'll be making this lower high here. Okay, we'll break that. That's a short-term high, and we'll break a couple of those on the way up. Then I'm thinking that price might be changing bias on me, right? Okay, so let's bear that in mind. The lower the lower high that made this lower low, once we break that, that's a break of structure, and I'll start thinking that prices done turned around on me. All right, but until that point, let's keep an eye on what price is going to do here. All right, if we break this high, I'm looking for price to reverse here. All right, if we stay below, hey, great. Once it breaks this low, I'm taking shorts. That's the way I'm working it. Aussie yen. Aussie yen. Well, kind of got the same deal here, the bearish deal. All right, you can see how price rounded off and rolled over, making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Right. All we want is price to continue to make a lower low. All right, with it, we're hoping this ends up as a lower high. We're going to keep our eye on it. Look at it on the 4 hour. You can see prices found resistance here. All right, we've had a great pullback well past the 50% mark. This is exactly where you want to take shorts. All right, so this one is a little further ahead than the other ones. All right, so I'm looking for price to quite possibly retest this order block here. Let's look at it on the 3 hour. Ooh, interesting indeed. All right, this looks like a mess to most folks, but that is a bearish order block. I'm looking for price to test that bearish order block. You see this order block here? This is the one that we need to be paying attention to. All right, right here. No, excuse me, right there. Why is this red? I want it yellow, like your fella. Okay, all right. And this is a 3-hour order block. All right, I'm looking for price. It's going back up, test that, and then come back down. Testing it at this order block right there. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Yep. All right. You see all these wicks, all that exhaustion here at this level. Let's see what price does. Maybe price does one of those numbers. That'd be great too, because I would take the short from here. But if price doesn't do that, it comes up here, the short will be taken from there. Follow? You follow? I know you do. I know you do. You're good people. All right. CAD yen. Let's go to CAD yen, and I am bearish. Don't even pay attention to that. Don't even look at that. That has no meaning, no bearing on what's going on today. Why do we got an arrow on here? I told you folks, I'm giving you my real-time analysis. I'm driving myself crazy right now. Okay, if I can get rid of this, that'd be great. There you go. Okay, that's because I keep making these little. This thing is gonna drive me crazy. All right, now. Okay, we're on the daily. You can see price rounded off nicely after this big rally. Broke the high, this higher low here that made this higher high. All right, broke that, retested it, and continued down, making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Right, that's what the structure we want to see, because that's easy to follow and easy to spot, and we can just trade it as it is. Right now, what are we looking at this point? I'm looking for price to continue lower. Right, let's go to the weekly, the 4-hour, and you can see, all right, well, I want to mark this 4-hour order block right here. All right, why? Because I think price may come up here and test it, because it's untested. All right, and we have what you call a fair market, a fair market gap, or a fair value gap, or a missing price, whatever you want to call it. It's an inefficiency in the market. There's nothing but selling orders. There's sellers here, nothing but selling orders here. Price likes to be balanced. This is an imbalance, right? So it will find, and it did here, equilibrium. Price makes its way back up here to fill these voids. When it leaves it behind like this, it comes back up and fills it. Like this is going to get filled. Guarantee. Price doesn't leave those gaps unfulfilled, unsatisfied. All right. This is equilibrium here. All right. When it's in consolidation and you expect an expansion. All right. And the expansion, I believe, will come once it breaks up to the top. Hello, if I can do this, if I can just do this, if it's going to come up to the top, find itself rolling over, hit, testing this low here, and then coming down. That looked like I just scribbled, didn't it? Higher, higher, then this, finding that. I did that again. Listen, you know what I mean. It's going to come up here, da-da-da-da-da, and then coming down, okay? I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I like this this flag. I like this this bull flag that's forming. Okay, the correction is heading upwards though, and you know, you can expect something to happen like so, and price will come down and fill these price gaps. Okay, now if in the case that it doesn't, we know once it crosses this high here, then we know, the bias has changed, and I'll be bullish on this pair. But until then, I'm still bearish. I'm looking for price to maybe pop up and then come back down. All right, moving on. CAD Swiss. CAD Swiss. Now, what am I on CAD Swiss? I believe we are bearish. Why would we be bearish? Looking at this, why would we be bearish? Because we see this rally, we see price finding equilibrium, right? And then price breaks the low here. Uh-oh. You break a low like that, you're probably gonna go down. Okay. All right. Once we break these lows, start breaking these lows here, boom, you can start to count the price to the downside. All right. And we made a lower low, lower high, lower low. And we're looking for this to be the lower high again. All right. That's why I'm picking out these doggone these particular markets. Excuse me. Because it's not that hard to read. All right, I was looking for an order block over here that would turn price back down, and I am going to look on the 8-hour. There it is. Okay. Boom. All right, it has not been tested yet, and I do believe as price is impulsing down, correcting, finding these corrections, this side straddle hop going on here, and impulse down, and then pulling back. We are in a pullback right now, but as long as we stay below this high, we're going to be making a lower high. That's what I'm going to be expecting, somewhere around this area here. And once we make that lower high, I'm expecting a lower low to follow. That makes sense. Does to me. I don't care if it doesn't make sense to you. You know I'm sensitive. All right. So that's what I'm looking for. All right. Now, if price breaks these lows, it's telling me, hey, there's a rejection here. All right. Be careful. Okay. But I'm expecting price to kind of maybe complete an inverted head and shoulders here, with this being the left shoulder, the neckline, the head, back to test the neckline, and then a right shoulder, and then continue up from there. So we'll see. It might be doing that. It might not be. It might just want to continue on down. We're going to watch this market. All right. There's a lot of possibilities, but we want to make sure that we look for confirmations. We're looking for signs that price is exhausting. All right. And then turning around. Okay. Before we jump in a sell. All right. Where are we going to catch ourselves? If I can get out of this, if I can get out. All right. Where are we going to catch ourselves? We're going to catch ourselves if it visits back up in here, testing this order block, or if price finagles around here a little bit and breaks this low, I'm really looking for the retest and then come back. Okay. If it forms a bearish order block here, I'll be looking for a retest of that and then come down as well. Got it? Good. NZDUSD. NZDUSD. Now, the NZD pairs look like the Aussies, and I'm still bearish on it, but you can see how the market is a little more choppy. Okay. So extra caution has to be, you got to play this with all kind of caution here, because we had an impulse down, right? And then you see this choppy correction here, right? It's hard to predict that. It's not that the price action isn't as clean. Looks like we broke this low, that zone. All right, looks like we broke that low, but upon close inspection, you can see the close and the open of the next candle never got below the actual low. So bear that in mind. All right. Now, what we want to watch is where is price likely to turn around. All right. Also want to make note, we did break this low here, right? And here, this close is below that low. But is this close the lower low we need that will indicate that price will continue down? I'm not too keen on jumping in this particular market. Just to let you guys know, I'm going to watch it, but I'm not too keen on it. If I can just stop making random red marks. All right. Let's see. Yeah, we did go below. We did go below this here. We did create a lower low. Yes, we did on the big time structure, right? But it looks like wicks on the higher time frames. All right. What I want to see is price break back below this particular lower low here. All right. I would love it. I'd love it to clarify for us that price is gonna price is gonna continue further down with a retest of that bottom. Okay. That's what I would like to see. I'm looking for the order block that would turn price around. All right, here we are after this order block here on the 4-hour. We see this order block here, right? Price comes back up to test it here. All right, comes down, drops this one, and this is where price really drops. This is the one that you want to look at because this is the one that broke a low. Those are the order blocks you want to pay attention to. All right, the ones that don't do anything aren't strong, but this one showed strength here, and you see price came back up to retest it a couple of times, is rolling over, giving us lovely wicks of exhaustion of any impulse going up, and this is what we want to see. I like to see a short-term low like this one being broken, and these over here. I like to see that. All right. So if it retests again, I'm looking for a rejection sign from the same zone, and then we'll take our shorts from here. Okay. Take that short from right there. Now, if price should, because again, this is a USD pair, so I'm expecting price to drag it down. All right. But we might get that little bullishness because it's Sunday, Monday before it turns bearish. So look for that. It may even go all the way up and test this order block and then come down. So be careful. If it does, that's great because we get a very good price, a nice discount, right? When we take our sell, we'll get premium. Okay. Next, and NZDJPY. Let's go on the daily. Excuse me. All right. Same deal with this one. Stop that. Price broke these lows, broke those lows, broke these lows, gave us a morning star formation here on the daily, and pay no attention to the extra stuff over here. All right, it matters not. Okay, and we have, I see that we made a bearish order block on the daily that price is in right now. So let's go to the 4-hour and see how price is behaving in this order block. Well, that's interesting. All right. Price came back up into here, into this order block. And what do we want to see? We want to see further bearish price action. All right, because we broke these lows, making a new low. All right, we want this to make a lower high inside this order block. So I'm looking for price to do exactly that. If price breaks this high, all right, break that high. I'm not going to take my sell. All right, I'm waiting for price to take a sell up here, but I needed to prove that, you know, we're past the Sunday Monday thing, and it'll be safe to take a sell here. Okay. Now I want to take a look on the 3 hour. Yes, we are forming a bearish order block. That's what you want to see. Yeah, that's what you want to see. Now, this is how you can track price. We expect all order blocks to be retested. I want to see the test of this order block here, and then price maybe doing a double top and then coming down, respecting this. I need this to be respected. If it forms another order block with one of these tests, and that is retested and respected, then we're good to go. But you have to find that on the lower, lower time frames. Go to the 3, go to the 2 if you need to, but you want to see a couple of bearish order blocks being respected as it's going lower. Okay, that's how you know, hey, it's safe. But that order block is protecting my price. It's protecting my stop loss, because if you get in here, your stop loss is just above the order block level, just above that zone. That's it. Okay. Next, this is the last pair, Forex pair. I'm bearish in this one. Oh man, look at this. We don't really need to go any higher. You can see we had this plays out exactly as I've been talking about. We had a bearish push. All right, a nice impulse. You see this corrective action. It came past the 50% of this impulse down. All right, and you start looking for shorts in and around the 618 or the 770% or 786, even up to the 90 percentile. You start looking for those premium prices to take a short, and this looks like a short to take. Watch the bearish order block being formed now. You want to see it being tested, and then you want to take your short. All right, but you need to see tests first. See this bearish order block? Look at that test there. Boom, right there. I hope you can see that through all that mess I just did. All right, you see that bearish order block right here? Matter of fact, let me highlight it. I'm trying to show y'all how to do this. See that bearish order block right there? All right, that bearish engulfer. All right, it was tested by this bullish candle here, wick down, came back. We have a bearish order block formation here, and you can see it respected the order block above it. That's what we want to see. Look over to the left. You can see, this ain't drawn right. This is right. You see the order block here? This is your institutional candle, the white one. All right, but you always go up to the top. And that's exactly what this one did. All right, but the candle is being respected here. And if we get one more test here, I will take this all day, every day, Sunday for a short. Okay, trying to show you how to do this, trying to give you some game. All right, let's check the indices. US 500, that's the S&P. I got this one to the science. I got this one to the science. All right, you see how I got this this rising wedge pattern here? All right, kind of like in a channel. It's been pretty steady, pretty narrow trading range in an upward fashion here, right? I think that's to our benefit. And this is on the daily. All right. Now, I don't like to give swing trades on the indices. I just don't. I like to go down to the lower time frames after doing a top-down analysis and taking my trades from there. All right, because these are affected by fundamentals more so than the forex pairs. That's in my opinion, and sometimes they can be kind of wicked to catch, but you can catch good trades. But swing trades, where they're just trending in one direction, a longer term swing trade, a hold kind of trade, like for a month or two, yes, that could work. But for a few days, today until Friday, that's a little different in my view. But here you can see we're at the top of the channel. I'm looking for a price to quite possibly turn bearish here. Yeah, on the indices, I am bullish right now, but because we're at the top of this channel, I'm looking for price to turn around, and we're already open in a bearish candle. That doesn't mean it won't flip white. We're already in all-time high territory, right? Let's look on the 4-hour, see what we can see. See how price came up here, tap the top, and there is no order blocks up here because it's an all-time high, so it's hard for me to read in that kind of way. All right, I'm expecting price to. I'm just going to be looking for price. Excuse me. I'm just going to be looking for price to kind of give me signs of exhaustion, like it did here. See, it pushed, right? Came back, it had a little rejection, had a little correction, and then we pushed up. Candles got smaller, smaller, smaller. We got rejection. Hey, this was a nice short here. All right, and then we found some more strength. Another rejection from the same level. This was a great sign to take that short, that big short, because this was the liquidity, the last grasp of liquidity before taking the large move down. This is what I'm looking for up here. So I am definitely expecting price to stay a little bullish. Yeah, it's bearish right now. I'm not looking for that drop tomorrow. No, I'm looking for a price to kind of consolidate, kind of find a little equilibrium in the markets, and then maybe a double top, maybe a triple top. All right, with the last wick going higher than the previous ones. All right, and then coming down. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. A double top, maybe a triple top, or maybe a head and shoulders forming up here, something like that. But that's what I'm looking for. So yeah, bullishness first, followed by some bearishness. That bearishness might come on liquidation Friday. Look for the same in the US 30. All right, look where we are on the US 30. All right, got this channel going. I got this channel going. Yeah, I did it again. Random marks and stuff, right? Driving myself crazy with this, man. All right, you see the design? All right, let's go to the daily. All right, you can see how price pushed all the way up to the top here, gave us signs of exhaustion. We got a bearish candle followed by this doji with the nice rejection, right? All right, then we got this candle. All right, this bullish candle. All right, but it's a weak bullish candle. All right, and then we got a strong bearish candle right behind that. After that wick goes past these wicks, right, for that last liquidity grab, so we can make the larger move down. I'm looking for the same thing to happen over here. I'm looking for the same thing to happen over here, folks. All right, so with all this, pay no mind to that. All right, with all this going on here, I don't know why I got all this on the same thing. Okay, I got to clean up. All right, we got this. We have this bearish thing, this bearish candle here. All right, I'm looking for price to continue bullish. All right, up into this 4-hour quite possibly breaking it, or at least making a triple top with the last wick, probably going higher than the previous ones, and then down. Look for a bearish order block to be formed like this one. All right, and then price just falling. All right, that'll probably happen towards the latter end of the week. All right, but we probably might see some consolidation first, and then I'll be looking for a drop. We'll see. You know, that drop might come sooner than that. I don't know. Same deal. Look at NASDAQ, all-time highs, right? There's no order blocks up here for me to say, hey, price is probably going to turn around there. So, you know, what am I to do? I'm looking for price to show signs of exhaustion because it's not going to keep coming up. It comes up once it makes an all-time high, usually takes a pullback, right? And it's that time. Look at this impulse. This is a very strong impulse. I'm looking for price to pull back. All right. If you look on what do you call these things? Stochastics, right? You look on stochastics, we're way into the overbought area, the extended market area. All right. If you want to use those, that's fine. I'd rather use price action. Look at this price action. Impulse, 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 right? And here we are. All right. Price opened up. I can't tell you how price opened up because it's a doji now. I don't know if it opened bearish and then popped up, it's starting to show bullish, or if it opened bullish and then started to come down from that and head bearish. I'm looking for price to do the same thing. Maybe go bearish a little bit, find a little equilibrium, right? Then come back up. Maybe not reach those highs, but maybe tries, forms a bearish order block, and then comes back down. Keep an eye on NASDAQ, all right? Let's do US oil. Oh man, I got a mess over here. Hold on. Let me, I want to start with a clean slate. I don't like mess. All right, look at this. Look at US oil, man. US oil is something else. What do I expect? After these daily order blocks, retested that order block, made a new daily order block, all right? Price did not come back up to test that. That is an untested order block. So when price does come back up to test this, it's gonna drop, all right? And look what we're doing. We created this Morningstar candlestick formation here, all right? And we're heading up, all right? Price had this strong bearish impulse down, right? We put our fibs on it and we can see that we went past the 50% mark and we're in the territory where we would start looking for shorts, all right? Do I expect shorts to come, you know, and stay that way, or do I expect price to pump up a little bit and then come back down? Well, let me tell you this. Do we have missing price anywhere? Do we have a fair market, a fair gap, a fair value gap anywhere? Yeah, we do have some missing price right up here, right? And price is almost there to fill that void. All right. So that would give it an incentive to come up here and test that daily order block and then drop. All right. So that's something I'm keeping in mind. Also, we have missing price here. All right. We have that imbalance here. All right. And we also have here. So price is definitely going to fill that in. I don't know if it'll fill this up first by testing this order block and then coming back down. That makes the most sense to me, but price could definitely drop from here. So I'm looking for price to be bearish. Yes, I am. Also, I'm going to take a look on the 4-hour, all right, and see where we're at. I'm looking for a reason for price to turn around from here. I'm looking for a bearish order block somewhere. And the only one I can see is this one here and this one here, which it broke. All right, we created a bullish order block here. So what I'm gonna be careful of to watch is if price tests this order block here and continues up. If it does that, that'd be great because I'll be taking my short somewhere up there once price gives me my confirmations for entry. All right, signs of exhaustion and then a bearish engulfer, and I take that out. You know, once upon the retest of it. You know what I'm saying? But it looks like price is climbing. We break these highs here. Oh my goodness. We break highs. Oh, we break highs. This is a short-term high. And what I'm looking for is a full 2-candle pullback. And you know, for a lower high. If it's just staying on the same level, then the only one that matters, and I'm having trouble discerning in this mess, is the one up here for the lower high and the lower low. All right. I'm looking for a 2-candle pullback. This might be it right here. Once we break this high, then I know we're probably coming up here for a test, and that'd be great. If it doesn't, and it breaks these lows, not these lows, but we break this order block, then I know I'll be looking for a retest and then taking that lower. That makes sense? Good. Is there any other market that I've missed? Oh, gold. Let's look at gold. All right, gold. I was a little active. I was very active. And I'm going to start with new analysis, okay, with gold. All right, gold has been my buddy. I'm going to tell you that. All right, we broke these lows. All right, found a double bottom, nice impulse up. All right, found some equilibrium here, got a little consolidation and everything. We didn't break that high. We respected that high, that lower high, and we came down. All right, now we didn't break these lows. All right, we're in the middle between this lower high and this lower low. All right, this looks like this lower high, this lower low made this lower high. All right, now we're looking for this lower high to bring forth a lower low, and that's not it right here. All right, we're in the middle, so we got to watch price. We got to just let it decide where it's going to go. But now, after this impulse down, what are we looking for? Look, we got another double bottom. What happened when it made a double bottom over here? Shot up, right? That's exactly what it did here. Now, how far did it shoot up? We needed to go at least past the 50% mark, right? It only hit the 50% mark. So I am looking for price to give me that hint that says, hey, I'm bullish or I'm bearish right now, because this lower high is still the mark to break, the structure point to break, or this lower low is the structure point to break. We're still bearish. This is still a bearish market, right? Even though we climbed a little bit, right? I'm still looking for sells. All right, I still want to go with that, but while it's in the middle and looks indecisive, I'm kind of like skittish on jumping in this market. Let me look at the 4 hour. Okay. All right. We need to break these lows, and it looks like we keep getting rejected from breaking these lows, doesn't it? Price is having trouble getting past these lows. So that is interesting. All right. And what would be even more interesting is to find the bullish order block that is turning price around. This here What I'm looking for is a bullish uh, order blocks or supply zone, demand zones that are being respected. You can see here, price shot up, came back, retested, and found another bounce. Came back to the same area and found buying orders. So what do we have here? Folks, I am looking hard, obviously. I knew it would be there somewhere. Right there. That's all we needed. This was a pretty strong one. Look how many tests it took. Multiple tests. All right. And price still has not penetrated it. But I am looking for this price, this 12-hour bullish order block to break. I'm looking for this wick to get filled, just like this one got filled, just like this one got filled. I'm looking for this one to get filled and this order block to break. All right. So the short should be coming. The short should be forming pretty soon. This is a bullish order block. It's probably going to go higher before it pops down. And where could price change? Right here. Look at that. That's a 4-hour order block. All right. Tested here. Price drop, but we haven't tested the gooey middle. All right. This is where price loves to wick up and then drop down. So I will look for price to come up in here, give me a head and shoulders or a double top or something inside this order block, and then continue down lower. That's what I'll be looking for. But if price decides to crack this order block, then that's fine. I will take the retest and take a short from here. No problem. But let price tell you where it's going to go. Let it prove it. You understand? All right. Silver. Silver's pretty much, I'm pretty much the same way on silver. It's bearish. All right. It was easier to trade last week, though. I'll be honest with you on when you compare it to gold. All right. You see this bullish pennant, right? Poof, this bullish bull flag, right? And we're at the bottom. We're at the support line of this bull flag, right? And we also happen to be in a daily order block. This is why silver is easier to trade. This is very clean cut, all right? If price comes back down, forms the double bottom, which I think it's going to do, we take it up, all right? If price decides it's time to break out of this flag formation and we want to break out to the bottom, hey, that's fine. If I could just stop doing that, that'll be fine too. You know what I mean? I am looking for a price to give me the sign to do so. What would be the sign? Respective order blocks. It's already respected this order block, right? We haven't broken that. Also, look deep. You see, we formed another bullish engulfer, and that is an order block right there. And price has already come back to test it. Let's see if it makes it out of this. It's as simple as that, folks. All right. Now look, I want you to also see there's a bearish order block being formed. All right. Which one beats which? All right. You can see price opened up and tested, wicked up and tested that bearish order block. Let's see if it violates the bullish order block. All right. That's it. That's it. I mean, it's that simple. I'm going to the 4-hour. Yes, it's very simple. All right. Are we making higher lows? Are we wicking away? Are we showing signs of exhaustion? And where and the next thing would be a reversal, or we're showing respect of the bullish order block. That's what we have to determine here. Now we're getting some bearish reaction from there. All right, understand there's a bearish order block above here. So where are we drawing our lines? We're going to draw the line here. All right, we start penetrating past this this wick. All right, we want to make sure that we're not getting faked out. All right, because price will come down here just to get past that wick. All right, which is there's a liquidity pool down here, stop losses and buy orders that price can stop out people, trigger people into buys, go lower and take out their stop losses and then come up. All right, that's what we want to watch out for, because this is one of those chart patterns. Okay, it's a bullish, this bull flag. So we got to watch out for the fake out. You just got to let price give you a confirmation. That's it. And that'll be the last one. Now, I want you to look at the last two, the next two videos that'll go up on your screen before I sign off, and see some other videos, see the kind of analysis I'm giving. One of them is to Bitcoin. It kind of fooled me, and we had an Elon Musk tweet, messed me up, messed up my my setup and everything. But no harm done, because no trades were entered. All right, I thought it was going bearish. It went bullish as soon as he had he opened his Twitter account. That's fine. But those are interesting things, and there's a lot to learn. But hey, this is the end of the video. I'm going to look forward to your presence, your attendance on my next video, and I appreciate your support. Do give a like if you like what I've laid out in this for this week, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, have a great week.